Hi guys, namaste and welcome back to my channel. And here we are saving the best for last, beautiful Paro. So after an amazing time in Thimphu, we headed towards Paro, truly the most beautiful part of Bhutan. The drive itself felt like a dream, winding mountain roads, pine-covered valleys and rivers flowing alongside. The views were so serene. For me, it kind of little bit reminded me of Pahalgam, but I was just in awe. Driving to Paro felt magical. The air was so clean that every color, every field, every mountain looked sharper and more alive. The sight of green harvest stretching across the valley was so breathtaking. हर एक जगह जो मुझे बारिश से ऐसे वेलकम करती है, मुझे बस ऐसे लगता है कि यहाँ पे और ठहर जाए, more than what I've planned. And when we reached the hotel, the place was so beautiful and the view from our window was just breathtaking. During our stay, we explored some of Paro's most iconic landmarks, the majestic Rinpung Dzong with its ancient charm and quiet courtyards. And it had one of those views that you could stare at forever. We even tried on traditional Bhutanese dress and clicked so many pictures, one of my favorite moments from the trip. Next, we visited the sacred Kyichu Lhakhang, one of Bhutan's oldest temples. Built in 7th century by the Tibetan king as one of the 108 temples to subdue a demoness who was obstructing the spread of Buddhism in the Himalayas. Later, in 8th century, Guru Rinpoche visited and consecrated the temple, blessing it and introducing Tantric Buddhism in Bhutan. For me, I felt a very powerful emotion here and would never forget this experience in my lifetime. The orange tree at the Kyichu Lhakhang bears fruit all year round without fail. They believe it's a sign of temple's blessings and Guru Rinpoche's enduring presence. As we headed back to the hotel, the valley was alive with purple wildflowers swaying in the breeze. The weather was so lovely, we couldn't help but stop and soak it all in. While in Paro, we discovered a cozy local restaurant and ended up eating there every single day. The food was comforting, the people more so. So next day, after a lot of people scared me not to take my baby along with me to the tiger nest, I headed alone. And the first 30 minutes felt tough. Especially I hadn't hiked after my baby's birth. So for a moment I wondered if I could do it, but then something shifted. It felt like a hidden strength just cracked open inside me. And suddenly I found my rhythm, and before I knew it, I reached the monastery in just 3 hours. I was so proud and grateful in that moment. So we started at 7 and by 8:45 we were at the cafe, which is the midpoint, post which there are some 1,000 steps downwards and then you have to climb up again. And by 10 o'clock we were inside the monastery. So there are a lot of viewpoints on the way where you can click pictures with Taktshang as the background, and with each viewpoint you feel like the destination is nearer and nearer. But the actual welcome to the monastery is done by this majestic waterfall. You feel so ecstatically happy here. For no reason, I honestly couldn't stop smiling. I felt like I've achieved something in life, literally. And all the heat you were feeling while hiking your way here, this waterfall cools you down instantly. This place truly takes your breath away, not just for its beauty, but its energy. There are no cameras allowed inside, but there is a story that I can tell you. When men first tried to carry Guru Rinpoche's idol to the cliff, it was too heavy. They even thought of breaking it into pieces, but the idol spoke, saying, "Leave me here, someone will bring me tomorrow." The next morning, it miraculously appeared at the monastery where it still sits today. That evening turned out to be extra special. We were invited to the hotel's Foundation Day celebration, complete with traditional Bhutanese cultural performances and a lovely dinner. It felt like a perfect way to wrap up our journey, full of music, smile, and warmth. Our last morning, before leaving, we visited the Paro River, calm, clear, and full of quiet magic. We hung up prayer flags there, sending our wishes to the winds, a small offering to Bhutan for all the peace it gave us. As we drove past, the Paro airport view was another sight to remember. And just like that, our Bhutan trip came to a beautiful end. And it's one of those places that never really leaves you. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and to support my channel.